Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the SEO weekly recaps that you usually see from this group. Today, I have myself, KM, Clark, and TSR, and we'll go over trends for week 4. Wrapping a bow on this meta that we've left behind, and we'll get right into trends. So, first, I want to bring up a game from week 3, which was Askov versus mncmt, and in this game, we saw a very interesting Gyarados set that has taken the player's interest by storm. This set being Dragon Dance, Substitute, Bounce, and Waterfall. And I'm just gonna, and with leftovers, yes,
Yeah, with lefties.
no boots, which means you should run removal alongside it. But we saw it in Mensmeet's game, like he didn't run removal and it still just put in massive work.
It auto won.
Yeah. So we see it here in no, I spoiled this game. But yeah, we have a Gyarados on Umbry's team. We have one on Bush's team, one from IP as well. I used one, Mensmeet used one, Gondra used one. So I'm sure you all get the point. Yeah, everybody loves Gyarados. Yep. But yeah.
I'm stupid.
I mean, this tier is at what was it last week? Week 4? It was just all offense, you know? That's what you saw from every team, just some sort of fast-paced style going on.
Reached the logical conclusion of that metagame.
Which is?
Yeah. That balances suck and you just
Say it with your chest for the people.
In the last
Gyarados, Komodo, click.
Click, click. I mean, you're not wrong. Like, those mons have such a good influence on... good in the sense, like, it's beneficial for the players who were wielding them for each one of the games that they were using. Yeah, I guess we can get right into that, honestly. Like, we can get into Clark versus Umbry. I know I heard that a lot of people didn't like Clark's team, but from a creativity standpoint, I loved it. Like, yeah. Nidoking, we haven't seen. Milotic, Raikou.
Half the teams are you.
Yeah. Half the team is indeed RU. Wow, I didn't notice that until now.
They're so good.
What were you trying to go for with this build?
I just wanted to use Acrobatics Mienshao and with a special breaker, basically. So Nidoking was like my preferred option because, you know, I could actually finish a balanced build without being dissatisfied with like anything else that I've tried. And I've also had like some cool picks like Milotic because I wanted to have like some slow momentum and it had like Flip Turn, Scald, and just like also Haste Word Starter setuppers that I needed. And then I just kind of, you know, finish the team.
Yeah, with a Nidoking team, you're usually looking for like the right pivots to pair with it, right? And I assume in this game you had Mienshao, Milotic, and I assume your Raikou had Volt Switch. I don't think it was revealed, but I assume you were 4 attacks. Were you? Or were you CM3 attacks?
Wait, Raikou?
Yeah, Raikou.
CM3 attacks.
CM3. Okay, so you still had 2 really good pivots to bring Nidoking and just generate momentum. It was good.
And this Milotic is reminding us of 2016 ORS, sitting here and hazing Gyarados out.
Exactly, yeah. That was the trend we saw in ORSUU, where once Gyarados was popping off, we just saw a surge in Milotic usage. And it really can't break you because as it bounces, you just haze and, you know, it's just rinse and repeat. Just stall at the bounce PP.
And it's still here, just like...
Yeah, it's doing just that.
Props to Clark for being patient here, but Gyarados can still just kind of like actually pressure Milotic a little bit.
And honestly, like the obvious like power whip is scary too, but you know, just committing to Milotic was really good, as you can see from the sequence over here.
Yeah, you probably knew Umbry was going to bring this set after it popped off last week.
Right. Yeah, we've seen Nidoking.
Like I've seen so many people bring it. Oh, that was actually interesting that she ran double priority.
Yeah. Though it makes sense on an offensive team.
I think that in some test games.
I think the goal is to lure Jirachi mainly for the rest of the team. Yeah.
Perhaps even Psyduck, just do more damage.
It's a good trend for sure. But yeah, this game was pretty simple. You just see Clark properly positioning his defensive mons around Umbry's offense and outlasting her.
Oh, it was so close.
Very close, yeah. You see that sucker almost take out the Rioni over here?
Yeah.
But you're really well played by you overall. I think you had the right idea going, especially that early acro on Scolipede, getting your Nidoking kill. pressuring her with the right coup.
Just
It
needed
was
to
good.
be really, careful about the Komodo and the Gyarados.
The two biggest threats for sure.
Yeah.
Shocking, I know.
It's just the story of what you used to be just a week ago. Here we can segue right into IP versus Bushtush. We see Rain here, which we haven't seen up until now, right?
Yeah.
Not in
now it's
SCL,
pretty much
at least.
gone. Like, if you want to use Rain, use Politoed.
Right. But yeah, I like the idea of bringing Rain because I think this was the last week where
Yeah.
it was more viable because as of this week we got a lot of drops that kind of impede the sort of progress Rain is expected to make.
You also lost Narascuda and Pelipper, which
Yeah.
I think Rain's viability is highly tied to the Rain Dance sweepers that you have access to, and well, I never actually rated Barraskewda that highly, but I think with Rain, if you can beat Rain Kingdra, then you can beat Rain in general.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Pelipper's kind of the big one because it's like
Yeah,
the Politoed
it
version
definitely
is so
boosted the
much worse.
viability.
Yeah, the setter with U-turn is definitely big.
Yeah.
Something that Politoed misses out on a lot, yeah. What did you guys think of IP's team?
I did.
I remember laughing at the non-banded Entei.
Yeah,
in
I saw that a
early
lot in game discussion, yeah.
But I guess he didn't have any removal on his team.
Mm-hmm.
There's no
Like-
idea.
I guess you run that. Still
Yeah.
not my favorite.
I don't know if I love the moveset personally.
Sub-leech, right? Yeah.
No, it's
Yeah.
like
It was interesting. Oh, life
Yeah,
with
no,
Life Orb,
I-
yeah. It was
I
weird for
tested
sure.
versus it, and it's actually pretty interesting. Like, it was a pretty interesting take.
Mm-hmm. Something that we skipped over earlier was at preview I thought Gyarados was going to be a huge threat, but ironically Barraskewda was able to keep it in check because obviously you know,
Yeah.
Swift Swim and
Yeah.
Choice Band Rain boosted Waterfall or Liquidation rather does a lot.
It's so fast. Like
Mhm.
any speed boosting threat, it'll
Yeah.
still be able to just hold off.
Yeah, and here in the end game IP was basically just playing for Paras, maybe try to get this out of range of Ice Fang, but it didn't work out.
Yeah.
I think there was a choke earlier, but or
When
a
he
crucial
hit-
RNG, yeah.
When he hit the lead seed after the Healing Wish, why didn't he sub?
Yeah, I guess he just had to go for it at that point, right?
Because I think with Leash and Terrain, you get most of your HP back from sub.
Perhaps he should have kept Entei earlier for the end game. That's what I thought.
It would have helped for sure.
Like, Jirachi and Entei for the end game.
This turn was huge on his part too.
Or T-Punch. Yeah.
I know there were
Yeah.
more sequences that IP could have improved on, but this one in
Yeah.
particular was really unfortunate. Because I assume he agility'd here and then just probably cleaned if that waterfall didn't flinch.
Probably,
Yeah.
he probably should have died for agility, like earlier.
From the start, yeah, because
Yeah, I
you don't need a
think
boost
so.
really.
Hello?
Tough game. Is that Adam?
Is that Adam?
Yo, what?
Yo, it's Adam. What's up? Adam from his car, by the way, making a special appearance.
I'm using my Game Boy Color as a mic, so excuse the audio.
Perfect.
Last week.
All right. You came in just in time for my game versus men's meet.
Oh, this one was so epic.
Yeah, here I bought into the whole DD spam concept, as you can see on my team. Mence brings a really well-designed offense with, like, Teapot, the two big brokens. This is the same team that Umbry used, right? More or less? I think there was one tweak.
No. Like, Umbry.
Teapot over Aegislash, I think.
Yeah.
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 Honestly, I like Teapot more, though. Like, you'll see teams like mine with, like, Crook as the Dark are completely steamrollered by it.
If you don't have Zarud or Galarian Moltres, then you just kind of suffer.
Mm-hmm.
That set actually beats Sarud.
It does, yeah.
Yes.
I remember Are You Open versus
Oh, yeah.
Snaga, I think. Yeah, it 1v1 my Zerud. Over 2 games, I think. Yeah, really nasty set for sure. But yeah, I think the big takeaway from this game was turn 1 was a little unfortunate for me because I wasn't able to get rocks up, which kind of impeded the way I was supposed to play around this sort of squad. And then this turn over here. Dazzling Gleam on Bulu was a tech that we saw in a game that we'll get into soon. So I figured my opponent had to respect that, but again, he just went for the winning play from his point of view and got it. and which was really good for
He
him.
also went to it in the first place. Like now that I think about it.
Yeah,
He kind of lost if he didn't. He kind of lost if you did have it. So, like,
debatable. Like Teapot was still in the
Yeah.
back; it could have done something, but yeah, it was definitely a closer game. But yeah, he plays to his out really well and just seals this game. 14 turns. Wow, I got washed. Yeah,
you said you had play rough on Jirachi.
I did on Scarf Jirachi, specifically as a combo attack, and it's on me honestly for not going hard Jirachi. But if you think about it,
Then,
yeah.
Then Gyarados sets up and
Exactly. That was the point I was about to make. That even if I do commit to play rough, then it opens up any other threat, and I'm on the back foot either way. Like, I don't know if it would have changed the game at all.
yeah.
Yeah, good team pick on their part.
Like where you
it's-
start
it's a cool game.
Jirachi.
I was not T-Punch. No, I had play rough in the filler slot.
Oh my god.
Kamo is really balanced.
As we can see.
It's awesome.
That's also why we had the play rough on. Like,
Yoda, my boy, PokeTCG Gamer 1288.
Otherwise known as Rob, yes.
Play rough is kind of cool.
Rob's team
On the
is-
Lycan, right? Lycanroc?
Yeah,
Yeah, I like that set a lot.
it was adamant too in a lot of the versions.
Honestly, like,
Oh, wow.
Rob's team kind of
Okay.
reminds me of, like, I don't know, like, do you remember, like, the UPL tie-break match between CBU and Rob, like, where, like, there was, like, the specs by Hiligo and, like, the AV were Uniclus and Rob used? Jirachi kind of reminds me, like, a mixture of both of these teams, which is crazy, like, of the old meta. Kind of reminds me of that.
Yeah, it really is like a throwback of sorts, honestly. But I see him also buying into the Rooney trend that like a lot of people have explored over these past few weeks. And honestly, it's really potent. Here we see like Autotomize Aegislash, which we haven't really seen up until now. It's a really cool set.
Unfortunately, it was, or was it SD or was it like mixed?
I don't think it was SD. I think it was the attack.
Yeah.
That set's much better.
Probably
Than
with weakness policy.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, most definitely weakness policy on this sort of offensive team.
Gondra fell into the classic blunder of leaving Gyarados in on Thunder Punch.
Yeah. Though I think the flexibility on Gondra's team was just limited in general. Like, what was he supposed to do? You know?
Yeah.
Go hard Crook, I guess? I don't know. It was Scale Shot Crook, by the way.
Yeah,
What do you guys think about that?
Interesting.
Probably could have got something done, but the Jirachi's still Scarf, so it U-turns, or could like lock it in with Trick.
Mm-hmm. True.
And then Salamence Intimidate, yeah. And Crook is like just not quite strong enough to Oko Keld and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, another wash, honestly. Did Rob only use 3 of his mons? Hold on.
Use Keldeo?
Keldeo, Zarude. Oh, he brought in Mence. Okay, forward.
Yeah, the flinch, like, turn one was also big. Like, Rob didn't really use a lot of mines.
Yeah, Jirachi in general was just his savior in this matchup. No doubt about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, the air slash flinch was unfortunate, but also completely stopped Kamo from setting up.
Yeah,
It
definitely.
might have been, like, SD perhaps, or, like, scale shot, you don't know?
Yeah, though Gondra would have had to rely on like misses and such.
Yeah.
Either way, he wasn't getting too much out of the combo.
I think given the nature of his team, it was probably Klingor's Soul.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And once it's down to 10%, it really can't do anything, can it?
Or was it
Yeah.
rock? Because the Crook didn't have rocks.
Maybe it was offensive rocks, yeah. That's a good point.
Yeah.
No, Hiligo doesn't want to run it because of
Yeah.
Meteor Beam, and Crook was some sort of scale shot set, yeah.
It was like the standard hyper offense with Kamo and Gyarados together, but then like the other Mon choices that Gondra picked just didn't work out as well.
Mm-hmm.
Rob got lucky and it kind of just snowballed.
In terms of HO picks, yeah, I liked what Mensme brought and what even Umbry brought more than a build like this, but yeah, it's more subjective than anything else. Yeah, I guess we can get into the last game then, because that one was, again, really a quick one to cover. And this one we'll go into in detail a bit more, since a lot of people wanted to talk about it.
Love the name, by the way, Adam. Love it.
Oh, and 3 but gifted.
But gifted. It was amazing.
Okay, I do want to hear Adam's thought process. for building this because it's an insane crack. I guess
I
ours
love Crobat.
Yeah, Crobat is the really smart pick in Rose Meadow. Wait, Adam, you can take it away. It's your team.
Yeah, so there wasn't much info to go off of because the first 2 weeks they weren't built by you guys. So I really only had week 3 to go off of. So I was like, fuck it, what's anti-meta right now? Well, 0 people are respecting Keldeo anymore. Why not use CM Keldeo and
Right.
just put a shit ton of Sudef in it to handle the Rose trend that we've been seeing? Because again, they dropped Grass Stab more up to the top, and after one Combine, you can't break sub anymore. And the rest of that just filled naturally. I thought Bulu support would be great with terrain under sub, and Aegislash made a natural partner for that. The same reason, sub Aegislash with terrain is really hard to kill, I found out in test.
It's nasty, for sure.
Oh, it's filthy.
You see that right here.
He can do, like, it's hard to tell to hit.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, those 3 were kind of the progress makers, and the rest of it was, like, the standard, I need rocks, up like a crook, spikes are really annoying, I need speed control of some sort, and then I thought of Crobat to fill that role for me, and,
Crobat's nice.
yeah, and then I turned out to be
faster than anything non-scarfed in the tier.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And
Fantastic speed tier.
It beats Buzzwole. It was helpful for grand miscellaneous things like Keldeo, and you saw in the game it walled like half his team. It walled Horst, it walled Zarude somewhat. His steal was a Jirachi, so it didn't really come in that easily. Just put an insane amount of work, and Rotom was Rotom. It does Rotom things. I Volt, I Toxic, I be annoying.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Toxic Rotomeat's it's like really obnoxious to switch into, so I like the pick.
Definitely.
Especially
In this
when
matchup
you can-
as well.
Yeah.
When you can take defog off of it, it's
Yeah.
really effective.
Yeah, that's how you enable just Rotoms in general. Like, not having to run defog on them.
My team is absolutely butt smashed by Galarian Moltres, and that was the one thing I did not want to see. I lost to it
Yeah.
like 9 out of 10 times in tests, and I hope if I did see it, it was like able to be beat with Rotom. I hope it wasn't double dance.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, in a best out of one setting, you kind of have to hope for, the fact that you don't see certain months. It's a fish of sorts.
Yeah.
So our team is a little different from what I wanted us to run, but basically what we ended up with was putting this Zarude set, which is bulk up, no item, acrobatics, and it drops grass stab
Mm-hmm.
or jungle healing. And then we also paired it with scale shot Komodo. Basically, the idea is like we decided to fish just a little bit, but the idea is basically the coverage they have, you kind of have to respect it, and you don't know until it's too late. Oh, by the way, in this sequence with the Crobat and like all the U-turns, I was just screaming for him to attack.
Yeah, this Zarude was a major threat versus Adam's team, honestly.
Yeah.
And the second it took a Lariat, like from full and it was down to like 20 something, I thought it was honestly dire for Adam.
Yeah.
But,
I feel like Askov messed up letting it get back up. Like that was the biggest thing.
Yeah.
I guess he just kind of played passive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because we could jungle healing on the Aegislash and the Crocodile pretty easily.
To be fair, though, it is kind of tricky to attack them because, let's say Keldeo switches to the Crobat, he's at 45% with rocks up, and he's forced out.
Right. Yeah, it's taking rocks every time. Jungle healing doesn't heal as much as you want it to.
Yeah.
And it's just tough.
It actually did out heal the Aegislash Shadow Ball.
Yeah.
But I saw 1%. I looked at the roll, it's 24.
Yeah.
Just pain. Yeah, in Adam's regard, you can see how like potent sub-CM Keldeo was against a squad like this.
Basically,
We'll see how that plays in later on.
With our building, we kind of ended up mashing some coverage moves on to Komodo and Zarude that like you have to like respect their stabs, but then when they reveal what they actually are, it's like you know what they are and you can wall them, but it's too late because we were Thunder Punch last on Komodo.
Oh wow. I guess for the whole Gyarados trend, yeah.
Yeah,
Makes sense.
Gyarados, and then it still covered Togekiss and Primarina.
That's fair actually. I like that a lot.
I do want to say one thing
But
about
you
the
did run
set.
into Bulu. Yeah.
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 But then
So,
we had Acro on Zarud, which was something that would have worked out if we played a little bit more aggressive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was. I think the big two progress makers in this match were the
Here
Zarud
they
for
did.
sure and the Keldeo.
Yeah.
So it was just
Yeah.
about which of the two would get enabled sooner than the other.
If we acroed there on turn 27,
Yeah,
it
that
would
would have been.
really good.
Yeah.
That would have played.
Because then, yeah,
Though tough, yeah, because you have to heal off the toxic
we have
sooner
to
rather than later.
decide something, but yeah.
Yeah.
I did like this Togekiss set that you guys brought. We'll talk about that too when we get to it.
Askov could have fire blasted there too.
Mm-hmm. Though I get it. I mean, fear of Keldeo is very very much so a major thing in this matchup.
Sorry, wait, how you guys throw that? Yeah, he does.
Really good play because obviously he's forced to heal off the toxic, so it's tough for him. Yeah, it's a tough play.
I mean, yeah.
He could have afforded it, but yeah, it's like rough as fuck.
Yeah.
And that was the U-turn.
It's kind of annoying to make those predictions, but like our Zarud completely stuffed the Aegislash and Crocodile, which we can jungle heal off later, but then like preventing Keldeo and Crobat from coming in was important there.
Mm-hmm.
But it's kind of annoying to make those predictions because you don't know really when it's gonna happen. But at the same time, like when we revealed Bulk Up, Adam couldn't really let us do that and Bulk Up all over those two because then Crobat and Keldeo couldn't kill it.
It's just the nature of a mon like Bulk Up Zarud. Like it's just if you know how to pressure it, you can force it into some really predictable sequences as Adam did.
Yeah, we needed a break out of those sequences. Oh, and here we show our 312 Tentacruel.
The NASCAR Tentacruel. You love it.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Cal does set up on it, so we see here. And then I think this is where the cool set pick.
There's a term for that kind of tentacle. It's called the core shredder. Show some respect.
The core shredder, of course. My apologies.
Shredded.
And then we revealed our encore Togekiss here at turn 45.
I like that a lot.
Basically, we needed Togekiss for its defensive utility, all its resists, especially fighting, and a couple of dark mons, like Zarud, for example, because our Komoa wasn't the sturdiest against it, constantly spamming U-turn.
Yeah.
But then we were like, this is with Zarud, it's actually pretty weak to Calm Mind Focus Blast for Uniclus. So we were like, hey, let's encore it. And then we gave it enough defense to not get too KO'd by +1 Psyshock. And then you can just sit there roosting on it. And then if they do anything else, you can just sit there, you can just encore it and then use it for some free turns. Again, with Zarud or Komoa.
It's a really cool set pick. I liked it a lot, especially with Fire Blast. Nothing really wants to switch into it.
And this is where we realized that you were no special attack.
Yeah.
And that crit burn actually put it in range of getting scalded again, and that was unfortunate. But
yeah, tough, but it's just the way it goes sometimes, especially in longer games. You're bound to see some sort of RNG at work. Here, the Zaru's really low, so it's forced to heal up again. Or not. So it just... Adam's forcing it to stay low, brings Keld back in.
Yeah,
you could see Keld versus these.
Yeah.
This sequence was huge, too, because I think you guys tried getting a Sludge Bomb poison off on the Keldeo.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was basically... I think we should have done this earlier, like when it first started, because like we Rapid Spin, and then and then we're faster, and Sludge Bomb breaks the subs, and then we have a chance to poison it again.
One chance before subs again, yeah. But Adam, I think just Secret Swords twice. Yeah. Which was his play. Because at this point, yep, no poison on the Keldeo, so he brings his Raja
What I was
back
saying
in.
was, like in the first couple turns of this game, we immediately switched out to Komoa, and I think we could have done that sequence, but earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Because we still had we still had the encore Togekiss to kind of hold it off, even if we got finished.
Good set picks, but I guess the execution was just a bit short. And to be fair to Adam, he played it really well from his end.
Yeah.
He danced around the Zarud near perfectly. And yeah, this game's pretty much over.
to my manager, the king of underused, because week 2, after I lost to Accel, I think, he's like, Adam, use this set, it will win. And he tosses me with this like citrus berry bulk up acrobatics of rude. And I told him, this is
signature.
dog shit. I won't use it. I'm not going to use this game. And lo and behold, I see this rude bulk up on me, turn 8, and I'm like, should I go Bulu here? Nah.
You're mentally prepared.
Acrobatics.
That is management at its finest. Preparing you for the weeks ahead.
We were messing around with weakness policy, but then outside of HO, we just decided no item was better, so you could freely aggro against like Buzzwole and stuff.
Yeah, makes sense. I don't
fair
know
enough.
talk about that, honestly. The U-turn activist weakness policy and it's game over.
I had a different version of this that I built myself. With it was the same Zarud set, but it was Defog, U-turn Thunderous, Rest Talk Primarina, AV Bro, Toxic Protect Komodo with Stealth Rock to just fuck Gyarados, and we had Aegis Slash coverage elsewhere, so I wasn't worried. And then also Scarf Jirachi last. And I know I don't want to go like too far into hindsight, but that would have been a much easier matchup with those goons.
Hindsight's always tough to come to terms with in just one game settings.
Yeah.
It's very tough. But yeah, those are the 5 games from last week. I guess we can just cap it off with predictions and close the video.
Yeah. Before we do, I want to point out Keldeo undefeated this week, and it'll be the last week undefeated because
The last week, yeah.
The last week we see a Keldeo.
This meta is too tough for Keldeo.
Oh, okay, you just say because you're bringing it again this week.
Big brain, you never know.
You expect no Laddie, no Primarina.
All I'm saying is just fish for no Primarina and use Life Orb, Icy Wind, Mega Horn.
Oh gosh.
Oh shit.
Okay.
Oh gosh. All right.
Okay.
We'll see if anyone's brave enough to bring that set this week. And as far as like new meta trends go, I think we'll just cover them as a whole at the close of this week, because I don't want to accidentally leak anyone's intuition as far as their matchups are concerned for this week.
How
So
much were you paid off?
We're all gonna bring Keldeo. Remember that.
remember Megahorn, Icy Wind, Keldeo, yes. All right,
Important Life Orb.
with Life Orb, yes. And
I mean, Expert Belt works too, but Expert Belt is a bait item, and it's not good.
Expert Belt is absolutely beta. Do not use that item. Life Orb or bust.
I said bait, but beta works.
Yeah. Sorry, my
All right.
potato audio.
on to predictions. Come on. On to predictions. Okay, so we have Umbry versus Adam. Umbry, I think is she 1-3, as well as Adam.
Both
right,
are 1 and
maybe.
3.
Both are 1-3.
Both of them are.
1-3, but gifted. Remember that. But this is a completely new meta. This is a completely new meta. We have like a bunch of drops that people are experimenting with right now. A bunch of mons that benefit from these sorts of trends. Who would you guys favor in this matchup? Because we have, I guess Lily would be the main building force in Umbry's corner, especially for a new meta where people are rushing to figure things out. And Adam's always been quick to adapt, in my opinion. But who do you guys favor here? It's a close one, honestly.
We're gonna go for Adam.
Is that what it's been? That's the story now? Oh, no.
I think building will decide a lot of these games this week.
Definitely.
Before we start seeing some concrete trends setting in.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I think Adam will bring just a better team, but then again, Umbry's bring some pretty dishonest stuff the past couple weeks, so maybe it could be out of Adam's control. But I think in a vacuum, Adam will probably bring the better team.
Okay.
I feel like Adam has more experience using a lot of the stuff that has dropped. Not that this is like anything like last gen, but it feels a little bit like it in the sense of like, Latias and Hydreigon and stuff. So it's like I feel like he has more experience with that type of meta.
That's a good point. Yeah, it is vaguely reminiscent of SM in some regards. What would you say, Clark? Who would you trust to take the win away this week between these two?
I like both of them. Like, obviously, my heart's with my co-manager, Umbry, but I do think Adam's favorite here. just because I feel like he's been bringing better teams. But like it's a new meta, so obviously you can't tell. But I feel like being in touch with the meta is gonna be pretty important. I can imagine Adam laddering like every day, and I know that like Umbry probably hasn't really gotten into the meta, so I feel like Adam has the advantage here. But like it can go either way, like you can tell.
Yeah, for sure. I think Adam's progressively been better with his like brings from weeks 1 through 4. I was really a fan of his team from last week, so I trust him to continue that trend and bring
I
just
think
better
he'll
teams to his games.
Yeah, I think
Also,
he'll just figure out the meta better.
Yeah,
Also,
that as
Pokemon
well.
is Fun voted for Adam, and Pokemon is Fun is almost always right. Remember
Oh,
that.
his prediction rates have been off the charts for sure. All right, yeah. So I guess we'll bold Adam for this one. Definitely a game that none of us should miss this week. It's one of the highlights in my opinion. We have another game here. It's Rob versus myself. I won't comment too much since it's my own game, but you guys can take it away.
This is my personal highlight.
It's gonna be fire. I love playing Rob.
Honestly.
I love playing him for tournaments.
It's hard to tell because I know that like I've teamed with Rob like in UPL. I've built with him a lot. Like I know how great he is. The thing is, like I just know like he hasn't really been adjusting that well to the latest meta. Like compared to like where he was in UPL, but like this is a fresh meta, and I just know that he's gonna be good. Like same for Accel, obviously. So sort of a tough pick. But like judging by like what they've been bringing and like how they've been doing like in the past couple of weeks, I probably would favor Accel here. But like it's close. It's close.
I think I favor Excel here, but more simply due to the fact that Rob is stupid good, but mostly when metas settle down.
Yeah.
That's a fair point.
Yeah. So I think Excel will have a bit more of a innovative touch to his building.
Hey, don't get me wrong. Like Rob is really creative.
He is.
Really,
Yes, he
like,
is.
still a lot. And he is creative.
Yeah, I'm saying I'm not discrediting that at all. I just think he tends to perform a bit better in settled metas, and this is gonna be anything but because
Yeah.
Completely fresh right out the box. Yeah.
Lily and IP paid off the council to unban Lottie off.
Yeah. I don't think
Oh,
I've
man.
been particularly like super impressed with Rob's building specifically for SEL so far in UU. I think with effort it could definitely be like a different story. Not that he hasn't been putting any effort in, but it's like I don't know, it hasn't seemed to me like he's like, oh, he's like solving the meta, he's setting the trends or anything like that. So I think I would feel more comfortable with it. So
I do hate it when I see myself bolded because it's less motivation for me, but I'll find other ways to get it. All right, on to the next one. We have Gondra subbed out from the Platoon. So we have 100% GXE in versus... Yeah, he is in. He is in.
I don't care who he's playing, I'm bolding him.
Just...
Bushtush.
All right. All right, we have one vote for GXE, one vote for Bushtush. Any takers? KM, TSR. Any takers?
no, definitely GXE.
Oh, we're right in the GXE hype train? Okay. All right. You know,
I feel like
Bushtush is my guy, man, but, you know, GXE is dangerous. He could load up whatever.
I don't mean to be
But,
like
like-
a shocker because I like Bush a lot too, but he's like kind of loud. He's like that type, and then like people like
He's loud, so I won't predict for him.
no. People that get tilted against him always don't do well, and I'm definitely one of the people in that pool that don't do well against him because I played him in the past before and I got washed. Actually, it wasn't that bad, but I feel like GXE is the type to not get tilted because he just like builds it. He just like builds his stuff and goes in and plays his game, and then he's done.
Okay.
Honestly, like one more thing before we're gonna go anyone here. Who's been building Gondra's teams? Because I'm gonna be honest, I wasn't a fan of them, honestly.
Also,
And that's also why I think I would probably bold Bush here because I feel like he's just been like bringing better teams. And I also think he's like the better out of these two players.
Probably
Yeah,
Jake Station on here, if I were to guess. And if I'm being honest, minus all headcan aside, Bush washed me and came back very well against IP despite the flinch and terror hack. So he's picked up very strongly the past 2 weeks. So my serious pick is Bushtush, but my heart says GXE.
Yeah, I feel like we can all agree with that.
Yeah,
If
For
GXC
sure.
is the one that's been building Gondra's teams, I
I don't
can't
think
say I'm really a
those
fan.
did not look. Nah, none of those teams looked like GXE builds at all, and I feel
No.
like that's the only reason.
Yeah,
why
same. Like I was surprised. I
Yeah.
was like expecting something else.
I
Like,
teamed
we'll
with
see.
Gondra and used Snake this last iteration or the first iteration of it last year. But yeah, he did build most of his own stuff. So
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah, that might have been the case.
sure. Yeah, it could have been just himself building his teams, but yeah, seriously, I guess a lot of us would take Bushtush, as would I. I think he's progressively improved his approach. As you can see, like I think he went 0-2 the first 2 weeks, and then he's been 2-0 since then to round out to
coming
even.
back, yeah.
But for the memes, I will bowl GXE officially on stream, on video. But my heart goes in Bushtush's corner. I trust that man with my life. So we'll see how he performs. All right. Next we have Askov versus our very own Clark. And Clark is 4-0, so I'm tempted to bold him. And his... I'm sorry, TSR, but Clark has just been dominant in this tournament. And there's no evidence to prove otherwise. Askov technically should have been 2-2 because of that game he had versus PDT.
I'm sorry, Bush.
But yeah, I think LNumbers is the clear pick for me here. What do you guys think?
It's hard to pick against 4-0, honestly.
It is very hard. And that's exactly what I'm going to do for the next one too. Even though it's going to make IP mad, but I will do
The
it.
caveat is that like the Gondra game was no sneak gauges flash, which was suspect. But besides that, it was just win.
Yeah.
Askov is definitely the best 1 in 3 of all time because he should have won one game. The game against him was really close.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot the other one though. Honestly, what happened there? But he's done exceptional and. It's
Yeah,
just
no disrespect to him.
unfortunate
He's much better than his
can't
record
bowl him.
suggests. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't bold him here though because 4-0 is too powerful. I'm a sheep warrior.
Look at Adam shaking it up here. My goodness.
This is the easiest win of Askov's life. That's all I'm saying.
We will see about that.
See.
We will see about that.
What Bush said in the Twitch chat. He's
What did he say?
attacking me.
Why is he attacking you?
Oh yeah, one more thing. I'll get my 5-0 no matter what.
What
I
does Bush
made
say?
it- I made
I'll
it-
get that.
What does Bush
my-
say? I'm in
watch.
trouble.
My toes are in danger. I'm sorry.
Uh-oh.
I will do a voiceover just for the YouTube fans to watch later.
With my hands, with my bare hands, and win.
If
That's no biggie.
it does count for anything, Bush, I did count for you, or I did predict for you to win.
Same here.
I mean, I see GXE bolded here, so I kind of don't believe you guys, but anyways, we'll move on. We have another 4-0 warrior in men's meet against our very own IP. And as much of a fan I am of IP, I can't bold against 4-0 like Adam said. It's just too clear, too dominant. He's been on a tear. His teams have been very off kilter, but at the same time, very good brings for the meta. Yeah.
Yeah, he's just been bringing stuff that wins.
IP has cheerleader syndrome too. The moment he got
Cheerleader syndrome.
For the agility with null stress, for example, and
Oh
it's
no.
all downhill now.
But he did win as cheerleader with his Gondra. You also have to
Oh, he
consider
did.
He did, but he did.
Hurt?
Well, I guess
highways
he's
building
not as
really
cursed as
tough.
Lily is.
I mean, by that logic, he's been cursed since what, Snake 3 when he went 0-5. So I guess he's just been cursed all his life.
True.
And I expect the curse to hold true for this week too, because nothing from Men's Meat's corner has indicated that I should bold anyone on the other side.
Well,
Yeah.
He is
him-
not
him and-
look vulnerable.
Him and Highways have been building probably the best, I think, out of all the teams.
I think so. Yeah.
None of us.
They all-
know what we're doing
All their
so.
teams look really dumb, or not all the time, but they look frustrating because you see the Gyarados and Komodo and all that.
Look, man, sometimes it's just as simple as spamming the brokens, you know? It's just that simple.
Oh,
Hello.
they've been doing it better than all of us, in my opinion.
Hello. I've used Como 2 times in a row.
Oh, well,
Yeah, but nobody cares about you. We're done talking about you. Nobody cares. It's okay. Sit down.
Well,
It's okay. I could just bring it again.
Yeah, just bring it again. It'll convince the doubters. But I seriously, I do expect it to be a close one because I have liked everything that IP's been bringing so far. I feel like he has a really good grasp on the meta, and he's been grinding the new meta a lot too. So I think his build will be particularly impressive.
Actually, I could see IP take this one because it takes a crackhead to beat a crackhead, and IP can definitely load some cracks sometimes. So I'm just excited with what he's up to and like what the game's gonna be looking like.
Yeah, definitely one to catch for sure.
This should be a pretty damn good game.
And just for reference, this is the beef that has been going on between Bushtush and our very own TSR. So TSR, you got to clap back before the video's done. You got to clap back.
Dude, I don't have any clap back. My toes are already gone.
Nah, stop being a bitch. Clap back. Come on. Don't take it sitting down.
Oh,
You have 10 seconds before I end the video. You got to say something.
Honestly, I've already screenshotted it, so don't worry.
all right. Okay.
There you go.
Your 10 seconds are almost up, by the way.
I'm already done.
All right, 10 seconds are up. TSR is too much of a nice guy. TSR is too much of a nice guy. I guess we'll end the video here. Maybe he'll have a comeback next week, but
I'm a chap-lip ashy little bitch.
and you can catch this chap-lipped ashy little bitch next week in our week 5 stream. But until then, peace out, and we'll see you guys later.